Dr. Kennett, I now ask Dr. Moira Toylan, Professor of Business, to present John McAvoy from Mount St. Mary College's honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Good morning. John McAvoy is Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer of Consolidated Edison Incorporated. Mr. McAvoy oversees the company's two regulated utilities, Con Edison Company of New York and Orange and Rockland Utilities, which energize the lives of the 10 million people in its service territory. Under his leadership, Con Edison has invested more than $2.5 billion in renewable energy projects through its clean energy businesses. Today, Con Edison is the 5th largest producer of solar energy in North America. Most recently, Mr. McAvoy oversaw the creation of Con Edison Transmission to focus on growth opportunities associated with electric and gas transmission and energy storage. Mr. McAvoy serves on the board of directors of the American Gas Association, the Edison Electric Institute, the Partnership for New York City, the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority, and the Mayor's Fund to Advance New York City. He also serves on the board of the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. Mr. McAvoy holds an MBA from New York University and a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Manhattan College. He is a graduate of the David Rockefeller Fellows Program as well. Prior to becoming chairman of Con Edison, John McAvoy served as president and chief executive officer of Orange and Rockland Utilities and senior vice president of central operations at Con Edison of New York. Mr. McAvoy has held numerous positions in operations and engineering during his 37 years with the company. In recognition of his role as an outstanding business leader and his long-standing commitment to communities across New York State, Mount St. Mary College proudly confers the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters upon John McAvoy.
By the authority of the Board of Trustees of Mount St. Mary College, I am pleased to award to you, John McAvoy, the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and I request Mr. Charles Frank to confer upon you the testimonials of that degree. Thank you. I think you're the wrong way up. Yeah. Oh. Let's do it right. We'll do it right. You gotta do it the right way. I didn't last long. We really need a woman chair of the Board of Trustees, I think. You put it back on the same way. That doesn't matter. There we go. You got it. Congratulations. The degree itself. You're right.
It's a great honor for me to present honorary degree recipient Mr. John McAvoy, who will now speak.
I thought that was the quickest honor in my life there for a moment. Good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Tolan. It is a tremendous privilege to be here with you today. It's an honor, and I'm humbled by the opportunity. Let me start by offering my congratulations to all of the graduates. Well done, and I encourage you to thoroughly enjoy this moment. Welcome to all of the family, friends, and loved ones who are here to celebrate with you. In many cases, it's these people who supported and encouraged you in ways large and small that helped you to achieve the academic success that we recognize here today. And we owe much appreciation to the leadership and educators here at Mount St. Mary's College for their dedicated and unyielding pursuit of academic excellence and core values in the Dominican tradition. A special congratulations, of course, to Alvin Mann. Thank you for your service to our country and for your lifelong commitment to education. You're an inspiration to all of us and a great example of the tremendous achievements possible when you put your minds for something. Thank you for also reminding us to never stop learning. Please, let's give him another round of applause. So what can I say that will contribute in some way to how special this day is for you? It was 37 years ago that I was in your position, but I can tell you I can still vividly remember the excitement, the sense of achievement, both personally and as a group, but also with it some mixed feelings about moving into a new stage with many unknowns and without your friends and classmates right by your side. What will it be like? What will it take to be successful? Will I be happy in the path that I have chosen? I think a good term for the day is great expectations. I know that you all have great expectations for yourselves, your careers, and your relationships, and the world has great expectations for you. We desperately need individuals who can make a difference in their chosen professions, in their communities, and in their families. Now, if I were to speculate, of all the things that are on your minds today, I'll guess that building your legacy in your chosen profession is not one of them. But as often been said, it's good to begin with the end in mind. I'll share with you some observations that I've made over the past 4 decades of those who have found success and what helped them to get there. And of course, when I'm talking about success, we're not just talking about financial achievement or title or prestige, but happiness, fulfillment, peace, spirituality, and friendship. And so, how to achieve the great expectations that you're thinking about today? Well, it starts with hard work. Now, no surprise there, and it's something that you're all familiar with, or you wouldn't be wearing those stylish robes you are today. But I'll tell you that those who are generally successful have a special type of work ethic. I think the word relentless captures it best. I would suggest to you that you should expect that you will have to be relentless. And let me be clear about the word. I don't mean to convey being obsessive, and I certainly am not talking about being ruthless. I'm talking about persistence, tenacity, and an unwavering sense of commitment. Winston Churchill's quote captures it: never, never, never quit. Now, you'll need to learn the business in your chosen professions, and for that, there is no substitute. You'll be surprised at how learning opportunities arrive and what they look like. Thomas Edison said, "Opportunity often goes unrecognized because it's dressed in coveralls and it looks like work." In my company, it comes with working in manholes, digging up streets, climbing poles, fixing large transformers, installing underground pipes under any situation 24/7, 365. In nursing, it could be the midnight shifts with difficult patients. For teachers, there are the toughest classes and helping students get ready for finals. In business, it may be the endless volumes of processing work as a tax deadline approaches. There is no substitute for these learnings, and when you have experienced them, you will have earned your stripes, and you will have insights and firsthand knowledge that is irreplaceable. Now, I will tell you, I have had the opportunity to see different shades of what I'm talking about, with some clear distinctions. Be wary of the fast trackers. Their aggressiveness seems more driven by getting ahead than by learning the business. Their search for new approaches seems more focused on finding the next get-rich-quick scheme than on advancing their work. And their ambition is more for their own personal success instead of the success of their team and their company. Second, be a team player. Most issues and challenges are complex, and it takes the power of a team to solve them. I have a friend who's a highly revered PhD. He worked on many things, including the development of the first solar panels. He says, geniuses are a dime a dozen. What I need is people who can work with others. Some of being a team player is straightforward. Being respectful, even-tempered, positive, optimistic, no moodiness, open to hearing others and not needing to get the credit. You've likely developed these skills already. But it goes further than that. Empathy may be the most needed characteristic along with self-awareness, self-control, and social skills. These are all traits that need to be honed to become a great team player. Now, you might say, that doesn't sound like what I've heard about the business environment and those people who work on Wall Street. So let me give you a quick story. I had the opportunity to meet with the principal of my high school last summer. It had been 40 years since I had been back at my high school, and this relatively new principal, a Jesuit priest, was very impressive. So over lunch, he asked me, what's it like in the dog-eat-dog world of business where everyone's clawing their way to the top, ready to step over to you just to get ahead? So his question made me smile and frankly even laugh a little bit. I told him, Father, I've only very occasionally experienced that, and when I have paid no attention to it. Now, I don't mean to be naive that that kind of aggressive behavior doesn't exist, but I'm here to tell you that that overly aggressive behavior is not necessary to succeed, and in fact, it is more often than not destructive. And last, the most important element for success is integrity. And I'm talking about a very high standard for integrity. Integrity is not just keeping your hand out of someone else's wallet, but a willingness to stand by an ideal, a principle, and do what you think is right. It's more than just not lying and not cheating and not falsifying. My definition includes treating everyone with respect and dignity, regardless of their position or their title or their lot in life. It includes recognizing that we all have our life stories, we all have our gifts and burdens, and we all have our own path to walk, without judgment and without critique. It includes respecting and valuing diversity and working to create an inclusive work environment, one where everyone is part of the team and one feels like part of the team. Now, you don't have to look far to see the scandals. In business and government and academia, don't let that harden you. In fact, take advantage of your education. You're ahead of the pack because of what you've learned here at Mount St. Mary's about Dominican values. Where I work, we often say, we can teach the business, but we can't teach integrity. Nurture what you have to start with, protect it, and help it to grow as you advance in your careers. Now, I've been talking about the great expectations you have for yourself and that we in the world have for you, largely in the sense of your profession. But I will add, my experience and observation has been that the same elements, hard work, being a team player, and having impeccable integrity are essential elements in having a successful personal life as well. I'll leave you with one of my favorite quotes from an old movie. You get what you settle for. Expect nothing but the very best from yourself, and you'll always be proud of what you have done. And frankly, that's amongst the most important measures of success. And in all likelihood, your great expectations will be achieved. Thank you for the opportunity to address you today, and congratulations.